Hello and welcome to our video course entitled How to Claim Free Property in the UK by TP Just. This video course presents 26 chapters, broken up across 9 videos. So, with that said, let's begin with the introduction. Chapter 1, Introduction. Welcome. The following information will explain in detail how to claim land and property legally. The UK Land Registry currently holds details of around 21 million registered land plots and properties. In effect, it's a massive database of property ownership guaranteed by the Land Registry itself. In simple terms, this leaves an estimated 7 million unregistered land plots and properties in the UK right now with a combined value of billions of pounds. This is not to say all 7 million can easily be claimed. But, taking into account the size of the figures involved here, the likelihood of finding several plots of land and properties that you could claim is very good indeed. According to the Empty Homes Agency, there are approximately 900,000 empty homes in Britain, of which nearly 800,000 are in London. A sizable proportion of these are abandoned or derelict. These properties, few of which have traceable owners, are just the type that after carrying out all the proper research, you may be able to claim using this course. These properties will of course at some time have had an owner. It may be that the owner has simply never registered his or her title. However, it could also be that the owner has died and left no will and has no relatives, or that the owner has moved away from the area many years ago, effectively abandoning the property. These, then briefly, are some of the types of property and the plots, which, by the following, the detailed guidelines within this guide, you could claim as your own via the legal vehicle of adverse possession. We will cover all these points in much more detail later. Another interesting point worthy of mentioning here is the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors' figure of over 17,000 plots of land and property that are being illegally claimed every year, or around 250 per week. Not all of these would be claims of the scale and type we are going to consider in this guide. However, this did lead Charles Harpham of the Law Commission, who helped draft the recent Land Registration Act of 2002, to recently comment that people claiming land and property had become something of a national pastime. The legal definition of adverse possession is as follows. The gaining of title real estate is continuously hostile, open, and notorious possession over a statutory period. Again, we'll cover the content of this definition in further detail as we progress. Initially, the land plots and properties you'll be looking for could be run down or abandoned, derelict farmhouses or disowned buildings, properties accessed via an overgrown driveway and rusty gates, fields, hidden plots of land, even old, terraced, or detached homes. But where do you start? Continue watching and I will explain everything in full throughout the 9 videos of this course. In the first instance, I would suggest you obtain the following from the Land Registry. These booklets and many others can be instantly downloaded free of charge from the main website at www.landregistry.gov.uk. These documents are in PDF format and you will need Adobe Acrobat to view. If you do not already have this, it is available as a free download from adobe.com. Also, Public Guide, a guide to the information we keep and how you can obtain it, can be found at www.landregistry.gov.uk/public/forms. This very informational booklet contains further information regarding the Land Registry, a few sample forms, together with an overview of the services and facilities the Land Registry offers. Practice Guide, Adverse Possession of Unregistered Land and Transitional Provisions for Registered Land in the Land Registration Act of 2002, found at www.landregistry.gov.uk/public/property-ownership. If you prefer, you can also request the Land Registry headquarters in London to post you out the above booklets. You can do this at www.landregistry.gov.uk/contact-us/. /offices/London-borough #B. Further items that you will also find extremely useful to obtain at some point in the future are the Ordnance Survey map of your area of search and the Ordnance Survey Interactive Atlas double CD-ROM set, which provides full in-depth map coverage and analysis of the whole of the UK and can really help in the pinpointing and research of potential targets of land and property. You will refer to both of these for years to come, and they are available from Ordnance Survey website and or from your local stationer/bookshop. The CD is often also available on eBay for sale for a greatly reduced price. Just type Interactive Atlas into the eBay search. We will come back to this in more detail later in the guide. Another very useful free research tool, many other sites charge for this information, can be used to find the recent prices of any properties that have been sold in any street in the UK, and this can be found at www.nethouseprices.com. Visit there now and type in your postcode to get an idea how it works. A complete list of all forms referred to in this guide is available at the Land Registry. You can go there at www.landregistry.gov.uk/public/forms. This particular URL may also be of interest. www.landregistry.gov.uk/professional/guides/guide-12 hashtag or #guide-mark-46. Throughout this video course, we have presented direct URL links to all the forms you will need, as well as providing a complete list on the final page. Note, URLs can eventually change and become invalid as websites get revamped, etc., so it's always a good idea to print out any useful information you find for the future. There is also a separate and new site recently made available by the Land Registry at www.landregistry.gov.uk/public/property-ownership, which allows others to electronically perform property searches. Chapter 2. Step 1. Getting started. Strange as it may sound, the best place to start lies on your own doorstep. Take the time to walk around your particular area. If you are a car owner and make regular short journeys, try walking from time to time. It's amazing the different things you will notice, the things you would never see if you were driving. Use your keen eye to spot things you never knew existed. Does a bit of land and property you see on your journey look well maintained? There's sure to be some suitable land or property in your vicinity. That broken down house, derelict farmhouse, an overgrown plot of land, an abandoned property. Keep your eyes peeled, because you never know when the first opportunity is going to happen. It most certainly will eventually. Use a watchful eye. The best land plots and properties that are worth considering for future claims are the ones that appear overgrown, unkept, or unused. This type can be classified into the following categories. However, this is not an exhaustive list, and you may wish to take time to consider any further categories which you feel may be worthy. A. Plots of land that is empty and overgrown with vegetation. B. Plots of land that are vacant and wildflowers occur with trees and rubble. C. Land used by an adjacent landowner on an unofficial basis. D. Empty plots which are neither agricultural or arable land. E. Land with no evident or well-defined boundaries, which seems unkept and vacant, together with its boundaries. F. Land that includes a derelict building located on it, which appears to be weakened and in a poor state of repair. G. Properties/factories/buildings in poor state of repair and vacant. H. A combination of every one of or more of the above. Keep an open mind and use your imagination. All information listed above should set alarm bells ringing. When searching for suitable target properties and land plots to claim, make sure to keep in mind the following points at all times. Do not be too quick to assume that empty pieces of land are owned by the local authority, electrical or water companies, especially when they are located in built-up areas. Do not automatically assume that either the local authority or the adjacent landowners own all grassed verges. Just because animals are pasturing a piece of land, it does not mean that it is owned or registered. It may be worth looking for land that is occasionally occupied by travelers or gypsies, as this land may be suitable. Do not automatically assume that land being used as someone's garden is automatically owned by them. As you may be aware, there are many disputes between adjoining landowners where boundaries have been relocated so as to gain land from someone else. Do not assume that land or properties which are used for any particular purpose are in fact owned. Do not assume that all canal banks and the National Waterways Authority owns footpaths. This is not always the case. In summary, never assume anything. Instead, always assess the facts and make your own judgment if no one appears to be using the land or property. Then, it may be worth further investigation and review. Chapter 3. Step 2. Your next step. Since we have located our prospect, we think could be suitable for claiming through adverse possession, the next crucial stage is the making of investigations. I cannot overemphasize how crucial this stage is, and how important it is to make diligent and careful investigation to discover as much about the site as possible. And more importantly for our purposes, whether it is registered, unregistered, and or are there identifiable and traceable owners. Also, again, please remember the fact a property or land is unregistered is not definite confirmation the land or property may be claimed or it is not owned. Every situation and circumstance needs careful, prudent, and diligent investigation. Our starting point here is the Land Registry, and we can access the new electronic online search facility, which is located at www.landregistry.gov.uk. This will allow us to search electronically to discover if a property is registered. If so, download copies of the Register and Title Plan to providers with further details of ownership and the extent of the property when it comes to boundaries, etc. Download copies of title plans and title registers for £3. This can be done at www.landregistry.gov.uk/public/FAQs/how-can-a-copy of a title register and or title plan. We also recommend in every cases where an online search suggests a property is unregistered that you instruct the land registry to do a free manual search. Double check this by downloading and completing Form SIM, or Search of the Index Map. You can do this by getting the form at www.landregistry.gov.uk/_media/forms/sim.pdf and posting this back to them. The index map is a large-scale computerized map kept by the Land Register based on the Ordnance Survey map, which shows whether a property on the map of England/Wales is registered, and if so, the title number. The index map will also reveal whether there are any cautions against first registration affecting an unregistered property. More about these later.